Can you tell me about blogs you've written that ranked first in Google? Now, this is where a lot of writers get freaked out. They're wondering, well, they're asking for concrete results, and maybe you're new, maybe you don't have those results, or maybe you're like me and the clients that you've worked with haven't shared those results, right? This is one of the questions that makes a lot of writers insecure, is being asked to show results that they don't necessarily have. So I'm going to share with you today how you can deal with that question, how you can answer it gracefully and keep the conversation moving despite really not having the best answer to it. I'm Christine from paidcopywriter.com. I teach freelance copywriters, content writers, aspiring freelancers how to get into the game and acquire high-paying clients so you can make a full-time income as a copywriter. Check out my free resources. People are loving the free LinkedIn guide that I have at paidcopywriter.com that basically tells my story and shows you how you can set yourself up on LinkedIn to land those higher-paying clients. Definitely check that out. It's linked below. So this question was actually asked to me by a fellow freelance writer, which inspired me to create this video. It also inspired me to create a template to put in my Freelance Template Playbook, which you can find at paidcopywriter.com. The Freelance Template Playbook has every client scenario you can possibly think of, and even though you buy it once, I continue to add new templates based on the questions and scenarios that are constantly sent to me. Basically, I'm the person online that people message and say, the client just said this, what do I say back? And that is why I created the Freelance Template Playbook, to literally put all those scenarios in there. And the cool part about that document is that you buy it once, but it keeps growing, and I keep adding templates as time goes by, because there's always going to be new techniques, new ways to pitch, new scenarios that I never heard of popping up. And I think this was a really great thing for me to add to the template playbook. So that will be in there if you own it. And if you don't own it, definitely go to paidcopywriter.com and take a look and download it. It is an instant download. And you will feel so much more confident in your interactions with clients and knowing what to say and keeping things professional and classy. Now, here is how I would respond to that inquiry about, have you written blog posts that rank in the top of Google? This question from a client is a bit of a red flag, believe it or not. It's giving unrealistic expectations, okay? So the reason why I believe this is a red flag is that there are so many different factors that go into creating a blog post that ranks on the first page of Google. It's a complex algorithm. It's basically this dance between the company's domain authority, the age of their website, the type of content they've been posting up until this point. Maybe if they're just starting a brand new blog, it's going to be about the content strategy they choose and the type of topics that they choose to publish, because basically Google is crawling these websites and trying to understand, is this company an authority on this subject? And is this content good enough for us to boost to the top of the ranking on that first page of Google? Because Google's goal is to get people the information they need, the answer to their questions, as quickly as possible, and answer that question in the best possible way. So there's a lot that goes into creating content that ranks on Google. Now, when a client asks if you as a writer have written blog posts that rank number one on Google, well, here's the problem with that. They're expecting you to somehow have the answer to all of those pieces to that intricate puzzle. But the thing is, you're just a writer. You are a freelance writer. You're responsible for the words. So the back end, the content strategy, the SEO research, the keywords, the domain authority, how fast the page loads. There's something called off-page SEO. Even the way that the blog is formatted can play into that, right? So for them to put all of the SEO responsibility on you as a writer could be a red flag, that they just don't understand how this works. They're expecting to get multiple roles within one role. So for example, if a company wants to really pull off an SEO blog post writing strategy, they need a few different people working to make that happen, not just a writer. They need somebody who's going to handle WordPress. They need somebody who's going to do SEO research. They need somebody who's going to be handling the content strategy. And that's not to say that a freelance writer can't do SEO keyword research, that they can't do content strategy. But if that freelance writer is doing that, they need to be charging accordingly. So a client coming back to you and asking for, what you've written that has ranked on the first page of Google is kind of giving the impression that they expect your writing to be the dominant reason why they rank on the search engine, when that's not always realistic. Secondly, let's take devil's advocate here, and you're like, well, here's all of the blog posts I've written that have ranked number 1 on Google. Even just saying that you're responsible for those results is kind of an exaggeration as well. I mean, there's a lot of different factors that went into it. Your writing most likely contributed greatly to it landing on page 1 of Google, but there were other factors that can be out of your control as a writer, such as the website having a really high domain authority that they were building for years before you began writing for them. So even, for example, something that's more conversion oriented like email marketing, it's very compelling for a writer to come to somebody and say, listen, I got a 75% open rate for this client. Okay, 75% open rate. Well, what's the context? How big is their email list? If you're sending an email to 10 people and there's a 75% open rate, it's a lot different than sending an email to a list of 10,000 and getting a 75% open rate. Secondly, what is the sending reputation for that company? So you're writing the emails, but then there's the infrastructure, right? I mean, if they are putting a lot of graphics in their emails, if they have a horrible sender reputation, so the emails aren't even landing in the inbox, all of those things impact the conversion rates, the open rates, the click-through rates. So all of this to say that not having tangible results as a freelance copywriter or content writer does not have to hold you back in the beginning. Yes, it's amazing to have those results, but having testimonials from happy clients that enjoyed working with you can go really far as well. So don't let not having numbers be the reason you feel less confident in your abilities. Now I'm going to share with you the template that's in the template playbook so you can take what I'm saying and use it for yourself. This is what I wrote. You can just say, while I do implement basic SEO practices to optimize my content, I don't have specific metrics on the number of blogs that have ranked on the first page of Google. As a copywriter, my primary focus is on crafting high quality, engaging, and persuasive content that resonates with your target audience. That being said, I understand the importance of SEO in driving organic traffic and enhancing your online visibility. If you have specific SEO goals or keywords that you'd like me to target, I'm more than willing to conduct thorough keyword research and implement SEO best practices to optimize your content for a search engine. I have a network of SEO experts and digital marketers who I can collaborate with, and I can refer them to you if you're looking for more in-depth SEO analysis and strategies. Thanks for considering me for your copywriting needs. I'm excited about the possibility of working together and creating some amazing content. So as you can see with that template, I'm acknowledging that I don't do exactly what they're asking for, but I'm still providing alternatives and kind of explaining to them in a very polite way that, hey, there are people that specialize in doing that type of thing, and you might be best suited finding someone who can focus on that specific task or activity. The reason why this template will help you is that unfortunately many freelance copywriters, when they get this request, will think, well, I need to be exactly what they're asking for. They are asking me to be an SEO specialist and a content marketing consultant and strategist, and they have the inclination where they want to be everything for the client. I know I've had that same inclination, but you don't have to be everything. You can stick with what you know and be open and transparent about what you do and don't do, and not worry about ruining your chances with that client. If you're interested in having templates that you can refer to in these sticky situations, definitely go to paidcopywriter.com and look at my Freelance Template Playbook that's available for instant download. It is such a good document to have on hand when you are navigating the freelance journey, which can be a very lonely one. You don't have people around you, or maybe you don't have the mentorship. That will help you tremendously, because it's not just templates. It explains to you what the psychology is behind those templates, and it has many lessons telling you how to handle that situation and how to put your own spin on it for what you're going through. So definitely check that out.